another week, a quicker week this week with, you know, the Labor Day weekend. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I've been watching the US Open and, oh, talk about the stress level. But it's quite refreshing to see the women's, you know, the 18-year-olds in the finals. And I was on the internet the other day, and the young woman, you know, from Great Britain, Emma Raducanu, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. You know, you have to wonder how she copes with stress. And, you know, of course, Angus is in tennis, and I shared something with Angus the other day, and I thought I'd share it with the audience this morning. And, you know, basically one of the reporters asked her, you know, how are you coping with expectations? And she said, I mean, is there any expectation? I'm a qualifier. So technically on paper that there's no pressure on me because she's just qualified to be in that position. So maybe you can translate that in part of your life or for your children's where they may be feeling the stress, and just to take that burden off a little bit. Anyway, today we've got a bigger statistic day, and we're very fortunate. Title Guarantee, who we highly recommend as an escrow company. I've been working with them for over 30 years. They put out some fabulous statistics on, you know, where are our buyers coming from. So on that note, let me share a screen on what we're going to be talking about. And just start it from up the top here. So basically what happens, you know, people are saying, you know, when we go about and listing a property for sale, so where are the buyers coming from? Where are you, how are you going to market to those buyers? How are you going to reach out? And oftentimes people, you know, years ago, you know, what international publications do you have? Where do you advertise on the internet, etc. And these statistics help us do a lot of demographic marketing, and that's what we're very proud of and quite well known for, is our demographic marketing. So if we look at overall here, what I've just put up here on the share screen, the first screen that I'm sharing with you is just generally where are the buyers in Hawaii, where did they come from between January and June this year? And as you can see on the left-hand side, Japan was the number one, with over $90 million in sales between January and June of this year. And what we're being told is a lot of the newer projects down there at Kaka'ako and the Ala Moana area, there is a lot of sales being done online. They're actually buying just off floor plans. They haven't really physically come here, though the building hasn't been built, or they're just buying anything new right now. So we're seeing a lot of sales that way. You know, also another important fact is Japan, you know, it had about $75 million in sales on Oahu. So really only $15 million of their sales is on the outer island. I'll just go down to, another point that I will point out here also is the number of sales since 2017. And if you can see on the far right-hand side, it's by far, it's gone down quite considerably, you know, given the travel rules and the travel, you know, hoopla we have to go through. The Japanese aren't really back here on the island yet. And yet our market's very, very busy. And as you can see, the dollar amount also has gone down for all the outer islands. This is top sales by state, you know, from the US on all the islands. And here we share that, you know, Hawaii is still, our local market's very, very strong with over 9,300,000 buyers here locally. But our next state is California. And you will find that California, without question, is our strongest state where the buyers are coming from. And, you know, of course, Washington, Colorado, Oregon, New York, Texas, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. And I can honestly say that I've worked with buyers from all those different states this year. So it's interesting to see, you know, from a number of sales and dollar amount, you know, where most the buyers from the US are coming from. And of course, you'll be able to click on this and study these graphs yourself. And feel free to reach out and email me with any specific questions you might have. Statistics of the US buyers, number of on Oahu. This is on Oahu now, just not all on all the islands. And as you see again, it's, you know, California is very, very strong. Japan strong here, Canada, Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. And again, I've worked with many clients from all the international cities I'm mentioning here, or the mainland states I'm mentioning here. And again, on the right-hand side, you see considerably the international foreign sales for Oahu's gone down considerably since 2017. It was a lot more, and with our travel restrictions, you know, we're just not getting as many buyers, but we're still, our market's still very, very strong. Total buyers by region. This is a really great graph. Feel free to look at it on, you know, whether you live on the North Shore, Leeward, Central, Honolulu, and on the right-hand side of the top buyers by region, you can study, you know, how much that's volume of sales was. And of course, on, you know, over 100 million, very, very strong. East Oahu, you know, the green arrows show how much it went up last year, from last year to this year. And it's just all lots of green arrows, as you can see. And then what we did here at the company, we looked at the 2 million plus single family purchases, just to give you a very clear view of how many properties from a volume, you know, dollar volume number of sales, I should say. You know, and again, you can see California, boom, very, very strong compared to the rest of the states there. Washington, yeah, we get quite a few people from Washington too. And I must say, California, Washington, Texas, Nevada, Arizona, New York, very, very strong there. You know, the top locations for condos, again, California, let me just, California, Japan, Washington, Texas, and the purchases by region. You can see the Pacific region, very, very strong in the US, mountain region, the Midwest, and so on. So, you know, enjoy. We did a lot of research. Our marketing department head by Jamie, she put together a lot of statistics. She did tell me there was a few statistics still missing from the tax records where she got her information, but generally speaking, I don't think it would change it that much. And there's all the different purchases, but you know, definitely we've got some great information here, and by volume, 180 million from California, Texas, a third of that, and then it gradually decreases down to Utah. Here's the condominium sales volume, still strong. It's going to get stronger. I believe you'll see condos, the average price will still keep going up over the next year. It's lagging a little behind the single families, but it is coming up. So now's a really good time to get in a condo, because I do see those prices increasing quite substantially. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And, you know, we talk about lifestyles, and, you know, oftentimes when people do visit us from overseas, when they can, and from the mainland, they're looking for a certain lifestyle. And what Marianne did with her photos today, I'm just going to share that, is, you know, the different kinds of lifestyle. You know, some people want the city and the restaurants. Others want the peaceful quietness in the country, and you know, all the beauty that that brings. And other people want the ocean. You know, some of our biggest sales are at the ocean, and also views. Views are very, very popular, and just lifestyle. This is what we're about in Hawaii, and we're so lucky to be living this healthy, wonderful life that we do. Well, much mahalo for being here today. Enjoy the weekend, and I look forward to all of us being healthy, stay safe, and yeah, let's have a great rest of the day and weekend. All the very best. Bye-bye.